I never talk about things like this because I find it tacky when girls talk about men they go see, but I'm so effing irritated with men, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. Whatever, Becky, you do talk about this all the time on social media. Don't act like you don't.
My horrible trip to Boston to see a man, and I'm upset and I'm angry. Sitting in the airport reflecting on my horrible trip to Boston to see a man, and I'm upset and I'm angry and I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. If someone tells you to come across the country to visit them, you would expect to hang out with that person pretty much the whole time, I'm assuming. Especially if they offer to fly you out and they offer to host you. If I see something I like, I'm gonna go for it. I saw a man that I could potentially like, but I want to get to know him. I had no idea who he was. I DM'd him, he DM'd me back, he gave me his number, he said come to Boston. I said, okay, perfect, I'll come to Boston. Like, I need a trip and I've always wanted to go to Boston. We start texting about me going to Boston. He tells me to come to Boston. I said, okay, tell me when. He gives me two different dates, keep that in mind. He said, you pick which dates. I said, okay, these ones work better for me. He said, okay, perfect. I bought my own flight. He did offer to buy my flight, but I don't like to owe a man anything. Turns out I still felt like I did. He said, well, I'm not letting you pay for the whole thing, so we'll talk about it when you get here. Did we talk about it when I got there? No. Only when I brought up the fact that he said he would buy me a flight and he didn't. He offered to host me. I said that's 5 days and we don't know each other, so it's okay, I'll get a hotel. But he did send messages back to back saying, no, stay with me. But in his defense, he was saying, well, I knew you were going to say no the second time, so I was just trying to be nice. But if you did take me up on that offer, I would have canceled and made up an excuse as to why you couldn't stay with me. We're not even to the bad parts yet. He said that he was out of town and he was going to be flying back into Boston the same day that I got into Boston. I didn't hear from him all day and I had a horrible travel day on Sunday. Horrible, I almost canceled the trip and I wish I would have. Because tell me why I didn't hear from him until I texted him at 12 a.m. when I landed and he was not in Boston. He was in another city because he decided to make a pit stop. Right, okay, don't let me know that you're A, not picking me up like you said you would let me know if you could and you didn't. And B, you're in another fucking state. Whatever. I order an Uber, I get to my hotel, I check in. I don't hear from him until the next day. I don't see him until 8 p.m. the next day. So when I finally meet him, for the very first time, mind you, he's just so baffled at the fact that I flew across the country so willingly. So spur of the moment. Well, if there's one thing about me, I'm a very spur of the moment kind of person. I have no problem going after something I want, and I will make an effort to get to know someone if I have the time. Which I thought was a mutual thing because you asked me to come to Boston. And if it was just a hookup to you, then you should have stated that before I went to Boston and wasted thousands of dollars for a man who does not want me. I just don't understand how I keep picking the wrong ones. I said, oh, so you don't want to hang out? He said, well, yeah, I do. Just maybe not all day. Are you kidding me? You live in Boston. I've never been to Boston. I came to Boston because I've always wanted to come to Boston, and I figured I'd have someone to show me around Boston because you live here, and you told me to come to Boston. If someone tells me to come across the country, I'm assuming you're semi-interested and want to get to know me. But he made zero effort for anything. He didn't plan anything. We didn't do anything, and we didn't even go out to dinner. And when we hung out, I Ubered myself to his house. I don't care who you are, what you do, if you're famous, if you're just a normal person. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is being a good human being. He, for some reason, thought that I was going to Boston because I just wanted to go to Boston. I wasn't going to Boston to see him. Oh, I'm sorry, I should have clarified that I was going to Boston to see you because you told me to come to Boston, so I booked my flight to Boston and clarified with you multiple times the week leading up to going to Boston that you were fine with these dates and you still wanted me to come, which he said yes. So tell me how this man was confused at the fact that I went to Boston to hang out with him. And he's never flown a girl out to see him, apparently. So I said, if you thought I was coming to Boston to do my own thing and maybe run into you, why would you offer to buy my flight? Well, I was just being nice. That doesn't even make sense. Why would you offer me to stay with you to be nice if you were just gonna turn around and cancel on me? I just genuinely don't understand what I'm doing wrong or how I'm picking the wrong one or what's wrong with me that men don't want me. Well, you're a really cool girl. Oh, but you don't want to be friends. You don't want anything serious. Being friends with a girl that lives across the country is too serious for you. I'm not one to talk about my drama or anything like that on the internet. I've literally never,
As she proceeds to talk about her drama on the internet.
given a story like this. But this is the final fucking straw for me. I have traveled to men, I've taken men on trips, I've paid for everything, and a man has never done anything for me. You're telling me I paid
So this is a pattern. She's done this a lot. Interesting.
my way to Boston to see you, and you could not even pick me up any time or take me to dinner? You literally only wanted a hookup? I'm not looking for that at all. And if you know anything about me, you know my relationship with sex is horrible. It's just frustrating that this continues to
Oh, yeah, he's supposed to know that. The hell?
happen, and like I'm like, oh no, this one's gonna be different, and they just turn out just like the rest. Like, you have sisters, you should know how to treat
How do you know that? They may not all have sisters. What are you talking about?
a woman, especially if she's flying from Washington State to Boston, literally.
Dude.
So we will never be talking again because he doesn't want anything, and like, he literally wasted my fucking week sitting there.
Oh my gosh. What? He wasted your week? Oh my gosh, that is insane, dude. So let me get this straight. So she's done this many a times. I think the reason why she keeps well, I'll get to that in a second, but I can predict why things tend to end up the same way each time she does this. It sounds to me like she's basically window shopping for men on social media. So she finds this guy. This guy had to be really hot for her to. She's pretty hot. She's like an 8 and 8.5, I'd say. She did have a lot of makeup on though, so I'd say maybe a 7.5 without the makeup. She might actually be better without the makeup. Honestly, maybe a 9 without the makeup. I don't know. But either way, this dude had to be really freaking hot for her to just want to go fly across the country all the way over to Boston, right? So she finds this guy, thinks he's hot, DMs him, and she does leave out. That's the thing is, we haven't heard his side of the story. We're just going off of what she said. God knows it probably didn't play out the way that she's saying it did. I'm sure his story would sound a lot different and probably more accurate. So we're just going off of her limited information. So fine, whatever. She leaves out how long they were talking for, which I think that matters, because it doesn't sound like something that just built over time. It sounds like it happened really quick. For her, it sounds she makes really fast decisions, apparently. High risk decisions. But yeah, either way, she admits that she didn't know him, right? High risk, very fast decision, and still flew from Washington State to Boston to meet this guy. I mean, that is the problem right there. Lady, you're finding attractive, likely successful men online with busy lives, and you're flying out to see them before you even know what this is, right? You're flying out to see this guy before you even know what this is. She's making up this narrative of what this is, and she's on a vastly different page than him, it sounds like. But yeah, so he's pretty flexible. He gives her 2 different dates and lets her pick. So she picks the dates that work, and he even offers to pay for her flight and host her for 5 days. And what does she do? She declines it because she doesn't want to owe a man anything, right? She has this vague, random feminist philosophy she lives by. But at the same time, like a classic feminist, she expects him to give her, I don't know, his time, his attention, his effort, his money, right? To take her out, show her around. So, yeah, so you don't want to owe anything to him, but you still expect everything. He's supposed to apparently treat you like a girlfriend just because you're showing up. And then she says that he didn't follow through on buying the flight. She brought that up to him. Dude, he offered and you rejected. What are you talking about? What are you even talking about? He asked, you said no, because you don't want to owe a man anything, right? And this is where it really falls apart. So he offers to host her for 5 days, And that's when she decides to say, "Oh, well, it's 5 days, we don't know each other. I'll get a hotel." What? That's when you draw the line? It's not when you're flying across the country. It's when he offers to host you that you're like, "Oh, now we don't know each other. It's best if I get a hotel." Really? So you don't know him enough to stay with him, but you know him enough to build a whole trip around him. Did I get that right, honey? And then so the trip starts here. He doesn't text her all day until she lands, which makes sense. She's flying, and she may not get the texts. I know there's Wi-Fi up there, and you can. Anytime I'm flying, sometimes it takes a while for a text to hit my phone when I'm up in the air, but a lot of times it doesn't hit until I land. So, and yeah, he's not even in Boston when she lands. It sounds like he had like a business trip or something, and he had to make a pit stop. But I mean, in his mind, he's like, well, she's not staying with me. She's already made it from Washington State all the way to Boston. I think she can manage going from the airport to her hotel. So he's probably like, I'll just do a pit stop. So yeah, she Ubers herself. And then she says she doesn't see him till the next day. Yeah, okay. You landed at midnight. Maybe he had something going on, and then 8 p.m. That's not bad, based on the circumstances from my point of view. But I mean, at that point, it's already clear what this is. I mean, it's more casual on his end than hers. And and yeah, because he was taken aback because he told when they finally met up, he said that he was, surprised that she flew out so fast. And I mean, that's telling. That tells you everything you need to know. Her showing up like that probably made him pull back. Her eagerness, her being very eager to go fly out there. And that's the thing. When you're a guy, when a woman comes on that strong that early, it's a turnoff. It throws you off for one, and it makes you question her sanity a little bit, because you're thinking to yourself that this isn't, you're pretty hot, but you're doing what not that hot chicks do. Like, not this is desperate ugly chick behavior. What are you doing? And then she's upset that he does. Yeah, she's upset that he doesn't pick her up. That's what's crazy. It's like she's like, he didn't pick me up, didn't plan anything, didn't spend all day with me. But none of that was even established, though. Like, she made all this up in her head. That's the thing. And she keeps oscillating between, I've always wanted to go to Boston and I came to see you. Pick one. You got to pick one. You cannot both justify the trip and still blame him when it doesn't go your way. And as far as the Uber thing, it just makes sense. Like, you chose not to stay with him, so why would he need to come get you? I get it. You want to hang out, blah blah blah. But like I said earlier, she handled the whole travel, she handled all of it on her own, right? And after all that, then this all turns into he wasted my week. No, this is you. You need to take accountability for what you did. You chose to go. You chose to spend the money, the thousands of dollars. You chose to stay 5 days. And this, like she said, she's done this before. This is a pattern. She makes fast decisions based off of people she doesn't even know. There's no vetting process. She has no vetting process. Her vetting process is nil. It's nada. She's coming on strong. She's got these high expectations, and then she's blaming these guys when they don't match what she has built up in her head. That's what's going on. That's on you. It's not them. Like I said, you're making these quick, high risk decisions to go fly out to these dudes, And then you're expecting to be treated like, have the red carpet rolled out for you, be treated like their girlfriend. What? They don't know you. I'm really interested to know how long these conversations with these guys last before. Because, yeah, he's like, yeah, I don't know how long they were talking before he was like, yeah, come to Boston. But she's hot. You know, that's the thing. If a hot chick hits you up, DMs you, and is willing to fly out to you, I think it's reasonable to assume that she probably wants to have sex with you. I think that's reasonable to assume that. I mean, she's assuming that they're going to treat her like a girlfriend. So, come on now. Seriously, I mean, the amount of attention that she wants, I mean, attention for women is sex. I mean, sex for women, the equivalent of sex for women is attention. And the equivalent of sex for men is sex. So it seems like an even trade, logically speaking. But that, in closing, this is your problem, lady. I doubt you'll ever see this. But this is the part that you're missing. It's not the men. It's how you're finding them, and it's how fast you're moving once you do. How fast you're jumping to, okay, I'll go fly to you. I bet she's probably even traveled abroad for some dudes. Who knows? But that's the thing, lady. You're picking these guys based on surface level attraction. You're skipping the vetting process. Kind of important. You're over-investing early, and you're expecting something real to come out of something that was never built to be real in the first place. There is no relationship there yet. That's why this keeps happening. That's why men, they see this behavior and they lose interest fast. Because when you come on strong like that, it's a lot. It doesn't matter how hot you are. That replaces you somewhere less advantageous on the crazy hot scale. Because you're hot, but now you've gotten more crazy. So if you cross that diagonal, then it's a wrap. Okay? So I doubt she'll see this, but if she does, it's not men, it's you. Okay? It's you. It's you.